Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now, a few weeks back, I told you guys that that I had a very big, video coming up. Well, this is the video. I told you guys I was disabled. And this is the story of how. The 10-year anniversary story of me becoming legally blind. And for a good part of it, I was completely blind and trying to fight my way back to where I am now. So for this video, I want you guys to see what I saw for that long time, which was completely nothing. Total blackness. And this is my story. It started a few weeks before the 4th of July. I went to a church camp on a lake. This camp was a week long. And on Wednesday, I had a tradition every year to find the perfect rock for the year to add to my collection. So this Wednesday was no different. I went down to the lake and into the shallow end, and I was hunting for my rock. Now the lake time was almost over and I was starting to panic when I finally found the perfect rock. It was almost shaped like a perfect heart. But my hands were so slippery that I dropped it. And I didn't realize I was getting really close to the dock. And there was a lot of trash and other things floating in the water right there where I was. So I went under, but this time, when I came up, the world looked different. The sky was orange, the grass was blue, and the water around me and dripping off of me was blood red. My skin looked as pale as death. I just was scared, guys. That is not something you want to see. But thankfully, a minute or two later, my vision came back to normal. I went on with my day, but by that evening, I had this splitting headache and my neck was stiff and sore and I had no idea what was wrong with me. So I thought maybe I'm just tired, and I went to bed. I got up the next day and nothing was different. My head still hurt, my neck still hurt, but I had to go on. And that day, I met a new friend, a boy. I wish I could remember his name now, but I can't. And we hung out all day. And after church that night, we had a couple hours of free time to wander around the campground. And there was a small little coffee shop on the edge of the campground that he took me to and bought me a coffee with another one of our friends. Now, this other friend decided to steal a bracelet from me that I had just taken off. And me and this new friend, we'll call him Greg, just because I don't remember his name, decided to try to chase her and get it back. And I ran around that building as fast as I could to catch her, but she was always just out of my reach. And this building is big, even though the coffee shop part of it is small. The rest of this building is taken over by a kind of a gym area with volleyball courts and basketball courts and things like that. And along one side of this gym, there is some concrete steps, and I didn't know they were there. So I'm running, and I go flying. I miss every single step and crash in front of a little garden area with a concrete bench in front of it. And hit my head hard, making its already sore pounding even worse. But I'm fine, so I just brush myself off. She gives me back my bracelet after seeing what happened to me. Fast forward a few days, I'm home now, and I have to finish summer school. It's the last couple of days, and I'm in a choir program trying to get ready for a big performance. And I can barely concentrate at all. So my dad comes to pick me up, and he decides to take me immediately to see a doctor. And they check me out, and they think I've got viral meningitis, which is scary enough in itself. So I have to skip my performance. Now for a couple more days, my vision is fine. I'm fine. And the viral meningitis, or what they later say, the symptoms of viral meningitis slowly start to fade. But when they go, my vision starts to go. Until 4th of July, 2010, I am completely blind. Now, I can't remember if it's the next day or 2 days later. My dad and mom are so worried for me that they decide to take me back to my doctor. And she takes one look at me and says, my eyes are so bugged out that I need to go to the hospital. And I go to a local hospital here in my hometown. And they take a look at me, run CAT scans, MRIs, and realize there's nothing they can do for me. So they send me to a bigger hospital farther away. By the time we get there, it's late the next night. I spent the first night in my local hospital. The next day they sent me to the bigger hospital. And it's so late that they go ahead and give me a room, but they say that it will be a few days before their neurosurgeon can look at me. So they're going to send me to another hospital, another big one there in the same town, the same city. But this one is a Children's Mercy Hospital. So the next day after that, I am taken on an ambulance to Children's Mercy, where they do more tests, run more MRIs, and more CAT scans, and they do what's called a spinal tap. That's where they pull fluid off of your spinal column. They had to put me through 2 of those, and that's when they realize I need to have surgery. So I go through a pretty big surgery. not major, but it's still pretty big. And I come out of it, and what they had done is put this thing called a shunt, which connects to my spine, and it takes the fluid off of it and drains it, because my spinal fluid, everyone's spinal fluid is supposed to go a certain speed. Mine tripled its speed, and it is supposed to circulate from your spine to your brain and back down. Mine was collecting on my brain, damaging my octave nerves, which are what help you be able to see. So they had to put that in so it would drain. So I spent 1 week in 3 different hospitals just to have that one surgery done. They finally sent me home, and it took 3 to 4 months before my vision started to come back slowly. By this point, I was already a freshman in high school. So, that's it, guys. That's my story. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And push the bell notifications. Bye.